That is the jam. So yeah, I'm back about the whole webbot thing because I did find something. Duh. I should have slapped myself in the head. The blues. The 5 blue things. I've been telling you this last few days. Blues, more blues. The blue wave, all the Democrat stuff. Guys, Webbot said as soon as we hear some blue stuff, markets are going to take a nice rocketing. They're going to start moving up according to the Webbot after the blues. The blues is a temporal marker. And $30 billion move up in less than 2 hours. When normally the 24-hour volume lately has been between like 10 billion to 14 billion-ish. 12, 13, 14 billion. It just went up $30 billion in 2 hours. And it just so happens to be immediately after Jason M4 does his video about the blue wave punching me in the face. The blues, the blue wave, and the blue this, and the blue thing in the sky floating in some other country someone sent me. And I'm like, okay, that's too much. I've got so many emails right now on that. I need to... Oh, and then I see the blue wave thing. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. All right, I've had enough. I've had enough. Send all this stuff to myself so I could do a video. There's Eddie. It's on a run. It's on a run. You got that right. Reply. Reply. You got that right. Exclamation point. To give it a little. So, here we go. Webbot, March report, page 4. Basic warning from the data about the phrase from out of the blue as being a personal temporal marker as you go through March. And the blue thing in general was the same story, all the 5 blues. Other temporal markers show up for the 5 new blues, including the word and concept of surprise, not shock nor trauma, but rather the more pleasant nudge from universe that we wrap up in the context of surprise is forecast to be appearing all through March and into April, with longer-term supporting sets indicating that these instances of surprise will be carrying an effect into our lives well into late August. By the way, I'm just going to throw this out there. My buddy Brian at work, doing it right, has been doing it right. He's used, I think, Ether Delta, Fork Delta, mainly Fork Delta, and then he has his My Ether wallet, you know, private key and whatnot. He opted to just use that one single private key for both My Ether wallet and Fork Delta / Ether Delta. And several days ago, which he didn't notice it till yesterday, his coins were missing. His altcoins, his ERC20 tokens. He didn't have a whole bunch, thank goodness, in that particular wallet or whatever, or not really wallet, but on that private key, that account. And I followed the account that got it from him, and there's only one other account that it looked like they got, and it was a small amount. So I'm not sure what he did, because usually when a hacker gets you through phishing or whatever, they get a bunch of people, and you see their wallets just going, just coin after coin after coin, like, whoa, they're getting everybody. And I see 2 little transactions, basically, several, you know, total, but 2 different ones, 2 different accounts. And all his stuff is gone. Still has his Litecoin, his EOS, and one other one. But some of those ERC20, he had some Theta, he had some other stuff. Brian's been doing it right. He's been following all my advice. Okay? All of it. So, I'm actually going to make him whole. I'm going to make him whole on those altcoins, because each of those altcoins he has, I have, of course. And just a small amount of 4 or 5 of them. And I'm thinking, well, I've been buying since last year, so, you know, I've got a little extra to help him with. So, I'm thinking, I know some of you are probably going to ask me, oh, Joe, let us help, let us help. Uh, yeah. You know what I'll do? I've got a Trezor sitting right here, and you can have a whole bunch of ETH addresses on it. I'm going to use one of those ETH addresses. Um, and any ERC20 token you feel like throwing Brian, if you just feel like that, let me just help this guy out. I'll put up the ETH address on my Trezor, one of my ETH address on the Trezor. Again, you don't have to do this. I already know it. I can see it. You're going to be asking, Joe, let us help. Because a lot of you are very, very giving and kind. I do appreciate that. I love all you guys. But I personally don't mind making him whole from my own stash. But I will put that up just in case someone, because I already know. I'd rather than get 50 million emails. Hey, Joe, put his address up. We want to help. I'll just put his address up. Do what you want to do, or don't do it. You don't have to. I just thought about it for a second. Like, you know, let me just get this out of the way, because I will take care of him. Was not a lot at all, honestly. So, you know, compared to, you know, people with thousands and thousands of dollars on these things, I think in total it might have been a couple grand. I think. So, anyways, you know, if you pitch in, I pitch in. It will be good. If you don't, and I do it all, I don't mind either. I gotta take care of my boy. And I told him last night, get a freaking Nano Ledger S. Get one. And once you get it, I'll give you a little bonus. And they'll be sitting on my Trezor at this point. I've got a Nano sitting here too, but they'll be sitting on this baby. I brought this out today for that reason, actually. Me to put some coin on there for them, basically, and let it sit. So anyways, back to good stuff, you know. Well, because I know that feeling, you lose something, get stolen, you know, it's just sick to your stomach, you can't sleep at night, you know, especially when there's bigger numbers involved. So, anyways, let's back it up. Other temporal markers show up for the 5 new blues, including the word and concept of surprise, not shock, not trauma, but rather the more pleasant nudge from universe that we wrap up in the context of surprise is a forecast to be appearing through all of March and into April with longer-term supporting sets, indicating that these instances of surprise will be carrying an effect into our lives well into late August. These surprise sets, which this isn't crypto yet, these surprise sets are indicated to be bringing new perceptions that will be of great benefit to much of the crypto space and its participants, especially many of the well-known names. The data has many of the new or of the crypto celebrities being surprisingly elevated into new broad aspect roles within the social order as cryptocurrencies move forward towards the mainstream awareness, forecast to be visible within the community by the end of the year. Further, surprising, surprise, startled, and other variants of the context are forecast to be repeatedly appearing throughout March and early April, such that discussion is forecast to include the strange number of appearances of the surprise context within this short period, a little over a month, which, when this report came out, was early March. So we're still kind of early to almost mid-April. Anyways, the surprise and surprising active mode of the word sets are also bringing in references to nations that will be considering adoption and debating cryptocurrencies. This language, as it manifests, will be able to be used as temporal markers for price movements within the cryptocurrencies markets. Okay? Blues. So what else do we got for the word April? I'm just searching for the word April. Got something here. And I need to zoom out. This is a bit big. 2018. I just don't know how much of this I should read. You know, I mean, this is Cliff's work. I don't want to read extra paragraphs, even though it might be good to get to where the one paragraph I want to read. But then I look at it, I'm like, oh, I probably should read that. Let's just go with the regular paragraph for now. There are several sets. This is page 5. Next page. There are several sets for major reversals of trends. As I'm doing this video, You know, Bitcoin blasting up to 8,000. It's bound at 7,700. You know, it's doing its thing. The entire crypto market blasting up and then moving down a little bit, blasting up. 30 billion in 2 hours. It blasted through all these trend lines that were drawn, all these people. If it gets here, then maybe we need to stay a little bit above 7,000. Okay, it went up to 8. It went up $1,000 higher than your little trend line. Like, you know what I mean? I'd say that's a little bit of a reversal, if I don't mind saying so. But it says there are sets for major reversals of trends that are forecast to be affecting both equities at a global level, emphasis on USA and EU, and cryptocurrencies. These sets for reversal are indicating, which, by the way, I'm just going to go quickly look. Dow Jones Industrial Average. Is by chance this thing rallying? No, it's not. It is down 218 points. What else? Let me look at it. That's a 1 day. How about a 1 month? 3 month? Yeah, if you look at the 3 month, Dow Jones 26,600 down to now 24,189. It's kind of like this, but down. I'd say that trend reversal's already happened a while ago, but we're more wanting to look at cryptos. How's the trend reversal looking on cryptos? Obviously, you and I, for the most part, don't care about the Dow Jones or equities or anything else. During that reversal phase, the data has cryptocurrencies gaining significantly in adopters who will be seen as fleeing from trend slaughter within the traditional legacy markets. So let's take a look at this now. Let's just go ahead and share the screen. This is a 3-month chart back in January. Traditional markets, right? This is the Dow Jones, basically. Trend slaughter. We've had enough. Where can we put our money? How about over here where everything's nice and green? Yeah, Bitcoin settled down a little bit, but still $120 for Litecoin where it was a little while ago. Dash. Yeah, there's some profit taking. Believe me, we've got some profit taking happening right here. Little bit of profit taking right here. We go. But look at the price movement. As Jay talks about those 3 marching soldier things. But then this little teeny weeny little move down. Oh, right here. Where is it going to end today? We don't know. We don't know. I'm hoping it blasts even back up to 8 and keeps going. 8,500, baby. Roll. Show the world you ain't scared. Show the world we got billions and billions pouring into cryptos. While simultaneously, the stock markets look like trash. Sucking some of that money over here to us. Why? Because you've been patient. I've been extremely patient. I'm trying to bring you with me on the patient train, if you will. Guys, just be patient. Just trust me. I know the time's changed. It's been 3 months, 4 months. I know. I hear you. Just be patient. Patience, my friends. It is a transfer of wealth from the impatient to the patient. Have you and I been patient here recently? Over the 2018? 4 months into it now? Yes, we have. How's today looking? Looking real good. It's probably giving you a nice little boost, huh? But that's just today, and that's just right now for the time being. Where is it going next? What's the next little 30 billion pop going to look like, or 50 or 60 billion pop? Maybe it's another 2 weeks from now. Maybe it's a month from now. And maybe then in a month, it goes crazy. It ain't no 30 or 60 billion pop. It's $150 billion pop in a day or something crazy. I don't know. But all I do know is I'm patient, and you should be too. Let's continue. So there are several sets for major reversals of trends that are forecast to be affecting both equities at a global level, emphasis on USA and EU, and cryptocurrencies. These sets for reversal are indicating that the repair trends for equities will reverse with a hard edge at some point between the equinox and about April 25th. Now that's interesting to me because, as you saw in my video earlier with Dick Allgaier and Daz and that, and I showed you that thing, and Daz was like, well, I've got this mark at around, what was it, April 15th? Didn't he say April 15th? Or 12th? 13th? What, on the 15th? I know I just did the video. I'm trying to think. Right around the 15th and the 22nd, I think he said. So this is interesting. For equities will reverse with a hard edge at some point. And a hard edge reversal would be something scary happening in the markets, or massive bank failure, China, something like that said. I feel like it'll be overseas, some kind of big event causes the markets not to look good. And he says, I penned these 2 dates down. He says, but in all fairness, when I've done that in the past, my little timeline just didn't really work out. So they are expecting a huge event, if their remote viewing is correct and the timeline's correct, this month, that's going to affect the markets across the world. So when I hear this webbot say a hard edge, equities will reverse with a hard edge, like, oh, whoop, boom, tells me some event happened. Some event that the markets didn't like. And that the data has cryptocurrencies gaining significantly in adopters who will be seen as fleeing from trend slaughter within the traditional legacy markets. Within some of these sets are hints and temporal markers relating to trust-busting language. This language would appear about 2 weeks ahead of the events. Even as this report is being posted, new language to the effect of trade war has already had an impact on the markets. And as you know, Donald Trump, China, tit for tat happening with the trade war. The forecast from the data sets have a much larger reaction to the trust conglomerate busting language forecast to follow. Let me scan. Let me pause this and let me scan for some more juicy stuff. Oh, and here's something that just caught me. Speaking of House Speaker Paul Ryan, I'm not going to run later on. I'm going to go ahead and step down. You're Speaker of the House. Not an old guy. Paul Ryan is not an old guy. You should be getting your career running. I'm just blasting off. My career's epic. I'm the freaking Speaker of the House. I'm not done yet. Nope. I'm going to go ahead and step back, and I'm going to resign a little later. It's official. I'm not going to run again. Makes you wonder if old Trump got him. Paul, you're going to do what I need you to do, or I'm going to expose this on you, and you're going to go to prison. I'm not going to embarrass you. You're going to stay Speaker of the House. You're just going to move forward with my agenda. And then you're going to quit. And we'll leave you alone. Okay, I think that's how it went. How many other people recently we heard politically stepping down, I'm quitting, etc., FBI stuff, you know what I mean? Like, there's been a little bit lately. And this is interesting because of all the resignations, Paul Ryan, even though it's an advance resignation, it's still kind of a resignation, just not happening right away. But the announcement did happen. And I see this here staring me in the face. The new sets in the political earthquake subsets are also forecasting very large impacts from the blowback of the damage to the relationship between population and government upon the leadership of the social media. Whoa, 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 whoa. Did we not just have Mark Zuckerberg in front of Congress getting grilled? I watched some of the clips. The guy was just, he was terrified. He was terrified. Social media kingpin. Forecasting very large impacts from the blowback of the damage. What damage? You've been stealing our effing data and selling it. And you've been giving other third parties complete access to more than you're supposed to. And Google's compiling data. And Twitter, everybody's compiling this data. And everyone's, we're all screaming now. Hey, what the hell's going on? Now there's hearings in Congress. What's going on? Privacy. And not only that, they talked about people's First Amendment rights with Mark Zuckerberg. Why was it only these conservative groups that got nailed? None of the liberal groups or that side that had any problems. Right? And we're all screaming this from the rooftops. Hey, why are our channels being banned? Why is YouTube only banning right-wing / conservative channels? Why is Facebook doing the same thing? Why are they not allowing advertising for cryptocurrency stuff? All this stuff. Let's read that again, now that you have that in mind. The new sets in the political earthquake subset are also forecasting very large impacts from the blowback of the damage to the relationship between population and government upon the leadership of the social media. How, you webbot and psychicators, how are you feeling right now? Tell me your feelings. Lay your feelings out in the comment section. Let's talk about this. Hi, my name is so-and-so, and I was a former webbot hater. Born again webbot hater. Now I don't hate. Joe showed me enough of this stuff that I have to understand there's something to this. I don't know what. I'm not willing to admit what it is, but there's something here. And I can now understand why that son of a gun won't shut up about these webbot reports. You know, I'm listening now. I'm listening now. God, good. I'm glad to have you on board. These sets are suggesting that retribution for past and current sins of the social media is coming. But first, there will be the revealing of the actions via an object lesson that is described as breaking in March, unfolding over April, resignations in May, and leading to battles over discovery, suggesting a lawsuit, over summer, Northern Hemisphere. Are you kidding me? Is anyone paying attention to what's happening in our planet in the US right now? Facebook, all of it? Hey, you've been stealing all of our data. You've been giving out data that you weren't supposed to get. You don't think lawsuits are coming? Breaking in March, unfolding in April, resignations in May, and leading to battles over discovery, suggesting a lawsuit, over summer, Northern Hemisphere. And, oh wait, Cliff I hope you don't get upset at me for reading some of this, but I can't not read this right now. I'm going to pick and choose very carefully. The political earthquakes subset include assassination attempts. And let me tell you something. Cliff High has nailed that kind of language in the past. Suicide, suicide, another suicide, bankster suicide, 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 suicide. He nailed it. So I just want to make you aware that when this webbot talks about that stuff, you best be ready. The political earthquake subset includes assassination attempts and violent attacks on government/officialdom. These sets are suggesting that the feeling of the aftermath of an earthquake, that is, the ground shaking under one's feet, leading to a sense of unreality and instability, is forecast as being a common report from about mid-April. Okay, we're pretty much there. As the intensity of the trends changing, or rather the change now emerging into visibility, is described as upending or overturning the illusion of political stability. Is anybody paying attention to politics right now? Speaking of instability, the FBI raided Trump's lawyer's office. So much for client attorney, privilege. And over what? We want to see what the deal was they made between this porn star. Oh, and there was something else I thought they wanted too. Something stupid, ridiculous. Oh yeah, in the Ukraine thing, they're investigating one of Trump's foundations for $150,000 they got in a donation from a specific Ukrainian who also gave Hillary Clinton $13 million. Did you guys investigate any part of that? Nope. Are you going to? Nope. Did you even think you needed to? Nope. This is literally, you're working at a corporation, the CEO is being investigated by the peons, the employees. When all the CEO has to do is say, all of you, you're effing fired. But he can't do that now because he'd be impeached. You can't just get rid of the FBI. What are you doing? He's crazy. Nope. But he can pick off the swamp creatures one by one and keep going. One by one, letting them bury themselves, letting them hang themselves. Talk about political instability. You got a rogue FBI, rogue CIA, rogue Justice Department, all against the President of the United States. If this isn't political instability, someone tell me, shake me and tell me what it is. Not that you needed me to remind you right now. Earthquakes, real earthquakes, showing up. The language will be coming back. Lots of language associated to that throughout all of 2018. Followed by rebuilding efforts, damage, insurance companies, yep, coming. Let's keep searching for the word April. Let me pause while I find some stuff. Wait a minute. All right, so I got one more final thing I'll add to this. I could pick this report apart and keep going, and I just can't do that. But this lets you know, Cliff High's Webbot reports that they are money, $99. Best investment I ever made last year. I get them for free now. I'll be up front. He just gives them to me. But I was paying. Crypto stuff, I am paying. I want them. Because for $99, do you have any idea the kind of money it has made people? And the haters still come over here and hate. I got a word for you. Stay, 2 words, stay broke. Okay? Me and my subs, most of them, we're going on for the ride. So here's one little piece here. The flow of all things in crypto space through March is indicated to be on a reaching path. These sets are painting the month as a period in which the reaching, or grasping, gaining, lurching, will be impacting both the general awareness within the population as well as the barriers to awareness within officialdom, aka propaganda press, and the governments that control it. The reaching sets continue to grow through to the end of July. There are many of these sets that include descriptors for gaining across these months in both a general way within crypto space and within specific cryptocurrencies. These sets for gain include not only valuations but also solid supporting roles within the social order that have very long-term data sets in supporting positions indicating the resolution of long-standing arguments within the cryptocurrencies communities and a more general feeling of all pulling together near the end of July. These sets are specifically focused on the successful achievement of many stated goals such that the next phase of that growth pattern may be observable by the end of July. These sets are indicating that social order change will be primary, visible results of these 5 months of reaching within crypto space. The reaching sets are typified by the repeating subsets for short distance, rapid travel, and for near visible goals that will be easily, comfortably reached, grasped, obtained. These sets are specifically focusing on cryptocurrencies and their relation to travel and successfully reaching a destination. These sets have many supporting subsets headed by value and treasure, like I found a treasure chest, and savings and growth. The growth sets are of a particular interest in that they are filling with secondary supporting sets for accumulation over time. In other words, buy and hold. Buy the dips and hold, right? And other language in the vein of organic/natural maturing growth. So we have secondary supporting sets for accumulation over time and other language of maturing growth. These sets are also supported at subset levels for prices, and these are all within the intersection of the sets for conversion values, which goes explicitly to the fiat to cryptocurrency valuations. And what else we got here? Okay. I'm going to skip a lot of that. This is page 13 if you want to go read it yourself. It's interesting. And I'll just get a little bit at the end. Very delicious hints for a feast of facts to emerge during the last week of March and indicated to create the conditions for progress in cryptocurrencies over spring, Northern Hemisphere. So out of March into April, right, end of March, last week of March, and indicated to create the conditions for progress in cryptos over spring. And yet more occurrences of prices in cryptocurrencies show up as model space is moved past the 17th of March. Well, we're well past that, aren't we? We're almost a month. Over the last 2 weeks in March, the accretion patterns bring in many more sets in supporting position to confidence and exultation, referring to the mood of crypto space going forward. Of the many supporting sets in the general chain for very confident, there are sets headed by success and successful launch and into production successfully, and other instances going to the idea of a number of new products being put into the marketplace with a very high degree of adoption. In this latter set, we have we have details for some of the companies involved to be overwhelmed with their success. And remember, back to the social media thing. Both the advertising crap that they tried to pull on those cryptocurrency people, not allowing advertisements, and the whole being exposed, Mark Zuckerberg now getting grilled in Congress. There are several sets that build as model space has moved through March and into April, in which the major players in social media, like Mark, are being beset upon or attacked at several different levels simultaneously. These include forecast. Oh my God, are you ready for this? Are you sitting down? These include forecast, congressional hearings, and much more significant sets going to the idea of blockchain competition to the profitability of the social media space. Other sets have the grilling of the social media escalating to the point of becoming a new political banner for protected class status, emerging over the downtrodden social media executives due to constant attacks upon them. These sets continue to gain new supporting subsets as model space has moved from March all the way through late September. I'm going to stop right now and ask the people who can't stand psychic stuff, Webbot. Tell me how. Please tell me why. Did the Webbot get it right again? Please tell me. How in the hell the Webbot knew about congressional hearings, grillings, everything. Social media, the big wigs at social media. And we just had it. We just had it a couple days ago. Oh boy. And there will still be comments. Jay Snip, a clock is right twice a day. Even a broken clock is right twice a day, Jay Snip. Yep, you're right. And my portfolio is doing great twice a day with cryptos. Thanks. Many, 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 many thanks to Cliff High and his Webbot. Peace out. All right, so hold on. I had to edit this part into the end of this video because I stopped recording. I said peace out, whatever. And then I look back over to the Webbot. I scroll down to the next page and I see something that is even more unbelievable. More unbelievable regarding social media and the grilling in Congress. I'm now adding this to this video. So page 14. This is the March report. Supporting subsets include aspects for treachery revealed and frustrated, and it says stopped, interdicted, curtailed, rape of data, question mark, that are dominant within the social media mayhem that is forecast as emerging over summer. We just got started. The raping of our data has just begun and been exposed, starting with Facebook. And I sent myself an article that I was going to do a video on. I just decided not to. I'm like, maybe I won't do that one. And it says, oh, you think your data capturing's bad over here? You should see how much data Google has on you. And it had a little link to go find out how to check Google for like what they have on me, like everything they log. And you could probably do a quick Google search for that. How do I, how much data does Google have on me or something like that, and you'll see what comes up. Can you believe that? These data sets begin in March and continue to gain new subsets as model space is moved through to the fall, end of the year. The party's just getting started with this social media and this data stealing from us. Privacy concerns is what the webbot is saying. There are new sets for operational disruptions that will include internal protests and mass actions by employees, as well as external reactions that will also include protests and mass actions though by customers. I'm pretty sure I just heard a few days ago, oh God, where was it? Was it YouTube, Google? Employees protesting internally about something. Oh my God, what was it? This just happened. Oh, hang on. I gotta try to search for this. Hang on. Found it. April 4th, 2018. Just a few days ago. The business of war. Google employees protest work. For the Pentagon. Thousands of Google employees, including dozens of senior engineers, have signed a letter protesting the company's involvement in a Pentagon program that uses artificial intelligence to interpret video imagery and could be used to improve the targeting of drone strikes. That is what they're upset about. This happened April 4th. I'm sorry, when was the webbot? It was collecting data through January, February, March, actually. He was interpreting the data right before March. This article, this particular one, was posted April 4th, 2018. An entire month after the report that I've been reading you today was already published. And it took him days and days and days and days and days to get it to where it was ready to go formatted so he could release it to us. So, in other words, at the end of February is when he was starting to really compile the data and make it readable for you and I, if you will. How many of you still hate the webbot report? How many of you are so ignorant? You have such a chip on your shoulder. You are so ego-driven. You're so angry right now that you still can't just say, you know what? I don't know how that thing works. I don't believe in the psychic stuff. That's witchcraft, but I don't know how that works. But I'm open now. You know, Joe, you've put it in my face enough now that I've got to say the stuff you just talked about, which, by the way, is a fraction of the whole report. Man, that can't be by chance. Social media stuff, my God. Tell me about it. Webbot for the win. Take care.